The leopard seal is a terrifying Arctic predator. With a mouth full of teeth and a long jaw built for chomping, it looks as much like a dinosaur as it does a sea mammal. Despite its efficiency as a fighter, it's also something of a lover, singing sweet songs to its long-lost mate to find them somewhere in the deep. But that's just the duality of life, death, and taxonomy. Taxonomy, it's your 30 minutes of interesting animal information. I'm Joe.
And I'm Carlos.
Thank you to Cassie for the creation of our theme song. To hear more of Cassie's music, please search Cassie Michelle on YouTube or Spotify.
And a very special thank you to our patrons. Thank you so much for your support. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for helping us keep the lights on. If you'd like to donate or just hang out with us, just visit patreon.com/LDTaxonomy or click on donate on our website at ldtaxonomy.com.
And today we're talking about a toothy torpedo. But more on that later.
It is like a torpedo. I just realized that, I realized they say /. I've heard a lot of people say / when they talk about a URL. Who uses the backslash? Programmers use backslashes. That's what they...
Yeah.
That's who. There's no reason to specify it's a /. It's too many syllables. I'm just going to say slash. I've just made my life
Don't program
easier.
our website.
No, I'm woefully underqualified for that. But yeah, we are talking about the leopard seal.
Mm-hmm.
The scourge of the Antarctic. It's also known as... It's also called the sea leopard. Which is just... Also has the word seal in it. Seal.
Seal Leopard.
It's a seal leopard.
Leopard.
Leopard. It's also known as the leopard-faced seal as well, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, people. It looks more dinosaur than leopard to me in the face.
It looks more dog than cat.
Yeah, well, sure, for sure.
I mean, they are pups. Like they have pups. They don't have kits or kittens or whatever. But we're gonna call it here the "Wish You Were Deaf" leopard seal, and the "Cry at a Seagull," which is a song by Seal. Well, it was a song that was covered by Seal.
Okay.
For Space Jam. Yeah. Let's taxonomize this.
Let's.
The kingdom is one you know, love, and are in. That kingdom is Animalia. Phylum is Chordata. The class is Mammalia. So far, so good. So far, I'm on board. The order is Carnivora, which I really feel like I'm not a part of, but I sympathize with, for sure. Who wants those vegetables? Just give me meat. The suborder is Caniformia. Hotel Caniformia. Means it looks like a dog, or an inform of dog. The family is Phocidae. The genus is Hydrurga. Hydrurga.
Hi.
Drurga. D-R-U-R. That does not happen in English. That's weird. And then the species is Leptonix, which definitely sounds like it won The Voice at one point, like pentatonics. Or it's something to take when you have tummy bubbles. You got to take a leptonics. Ask your doctor if leptonics is right for you.
Yes.
So, since we are in the business of naming things, and business is good, it's time for my favorite part of the show and the listeners' favorite part of the show, nitty-gritty nomenclature. Part of the show where I ask you, Joe, a question, and that is, what is the English translation for the binomial nomenclature, which in this case is Hydrurga leptonics. What does it mean? Does it mean A, ice hunter with spotted whiskers? B, deep diving southern singer? C, water worker with slender claws? Or D, swift-jawed sea panther?
Sea panther, final answer.
That one was engineered in a lab to get you.
It's the Beyond Meat of answers to this question.
It's the impossible burger. It's the is it cake?
Yeah.
Answers.
And
The correct answer
cake.
is water worker with slender claws.
Dang,
Leptos
that was my second choice.
means small or slender, and onyx, O-N-U-X, these are both Greek words. It means claw. And then hydro obviously means water, and the drurga is one who works. A worker. So yeah, a water worker with slender claws, which is, apt, I suppose. But man, sea panther, that's perfect.
Sea panther, yep.
I'd call it a water wolf, but
Water wolf. Well, it's spotted. Like a leopard.
yeah, but it looks so doggish. Dogs are pack animals though, and these guys don't do that as much.
Spotted like a cat and acts like a cat.
Though my kids have been watching this show called Sea Look, which is really like these short episodes of these seals in not Antarctica, in the Arctic, which is the top one, and it's just no dialogue. It's one of those no dialogue shows, but it's actually got some pretty solid physical comedy in it that got me to chuckle several times. So it's high up there on my list of things you have to watch because your kids watch them.
No dialogue in a kids' show is probably pretty good.
Well, most of the no dialogue shows are like anime grunts, it's almost worse because there's just so much like like the whole time, and there's really like a lot of like musical stings to it, so it's just a lot of sound rather than dialogue, and the characters move really fast. It's just a lot of stimulation. It's like this one's much more chill and relaxed, and it's clear that
it's chill, huh?
The creators have it's chill because it takes place in the Arctic. The creators clearly have a well-developed sense of humor. So it's I would not tell anyone who doesn't have to watch it, but if you have to watch something with your kids. So needless to say, I've been thinking about seals a lot.
Well, you're about to think about it more.
But those are more like adorable, like harbor seals. I don't know what kind of seals they are, but they're like the cuter ones. These are leopard seals are more intimidating than they are cute, but they still have a dog face, which makes them
fur seals.
Cute. Yeah, fur seals or whatever, whichever seal lives in the Arctic circle. The leopard seal has a long, sleek body built like a torpedo, like you mentioned. It has a pretty long neck for a seal, kind of like on the sea lion side of things. So here's a quick breakdown of the difference between a seal and a sea lion. This is seals have ear holes. So if you see ears on a seal, it's not a seal. It's most likely not a seal. It's probably a sea lion, unless it's the eared seal. And the big thing is a sea lion is the one that likes to push its whole body upright. And so its chest is vertical, and it can turn its flippers. It can reverse its flippers and use that to move along the ground. So it's actually really a lot more mobile on the ground. Seals have to drag their whole bodies, and they spend their lives horizontal when they're on the ground. And they're just generally smaller. So if you're thinking of that brown, loud barking thing that can
if you're thinking Andre,
it bounced like a ball on its nose. That is a sea lion. If you're thinking of just the adorable white fluffy thing that's laying, prostrate on the ground, that's a seal. And the leopard seal is a seal, true seal, not a sea lion. But they're all pinnipeds. Which means they have little heads. Although the sea lion kind of has
a long snout, big head.
A long snout. So it has a silvery gray back, which fades into a pale white belly. So it's counter shaded, like a lot of predators in the ocean. There, it's peppered with these dark spots, hence the leopard part of the leopard seal. It is covered in short, smooth, waterproof fur that looks polished when it's wet. It has this big head with a wide dog-like jaw, full of enormous canine teeth, and finely combed molars. And now these molars are actually there to they're shaped like this in order to strain krill, because krill is on the menu. Leopard seals do everything from they're everything from filter feeders to apex predators, which kind of not quite apex.
In generalism,
they're top tier.
If they could get into your garbage cans, they would.
Yeah.
Probably not, actually, maybe not.
They
They're on a
have,
seafood diet.
They have large black eyes, which
like
are
a doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes. Good for taking in light in low light situations. And they have surprisingly powerful front flippers, especially for a seal. Sea lions tend to be the ones with the powerful front flippers. But they use their rear flippers to steer underwater. Most seals tend to be smaller than sea lions, but how does the leopard seal compare?
Great question. Welcome to the Beloved Measure Up segment, the official listeners part of the show when we present the animal sides and dimensions in relatable terms through a quiz that's fun for the whole family. It's also part of the show that's introduced by you when you send in audio of yourself saying, singing, or chittering the words measure up into taxonomy@gmail.com. We do have a new measure up intro for this week, but that means we do have one. That means we get to hear it.
Gosh, you did that whole thing like Barty Crouch Sr. from the Goblet of Fire. Which one of you got it?
Yeah. This episode has been suggested by Eva. 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 Not
Eva.
Eva. Who wrote, "Hi, I don't know if you guys still take requests. I'm only on episode 160. But if you do, I'd be over the moon if you did leopard seals." And she gives the fun fact that the large fact. I won't say it. I'll keep it for after this. She says, "I really appreciate that you guys don't demonize / villainize animals, especially ones that eat cute animals. It's really refreshing to see. Isolda says, "Measure up." And she attached a picture of an aquarium with what I think is a betta fish.
Named Isolda?
Yeah. If you're only on 160, I'm going to warn you that we definitely do make fun of animals that aren't cute. Like we have a huge debate over whether the Amazon river otter is cute.
But do we demonize them? No.
No, we do not demonize or villainize.
They're doing what God created them to do, which is eat cute things.
Yes. They're designed to predate. That's the ones that are eating cute things. So they're doing what they're designed to do.
But in some cases, you have cute things eating even cuter things, like a stoat eating an Alaskan pike. Like,
you're right.
There's just, you win either way. You get a stoat,
right,
or you get a stoat and a pike.
That's true. You get double. You get a pika and a stoat. If they miss it. Well, I guess you don't get the stoat for long if he never gets a pika.
Right.
But yeah. But I'm glad you're on this journey, Eva. 160 episodes in. There's a couple more to go.
We'll keep, and we're always open to suggestions if you can think of a cool major fact that sets them apart from other animals or members of their species.
You know, and I really enjoy. I like when anybody gives a suggestion. That's great. But when they give a suggestion and the interesting fact that they like to hear about, that's huge. That's huge. Very helpful.
It's like because a lot of sometimes it's like I just like this animal, but there isn't really like a major fact about it that is.
It just looks really cool or something.
Yeah, like it looks cool. Or it's an animal that is very interesting, but we know almost nothing about, like the big fin squid or something. And it's like, okay, we have one picture of it. Humanity has one picture of this thing. So, it's spooky. It's the major fact. So yeah, this is great. Thank you, Eva, for doing our job for us, basically. We're doing Joe's job for him.
That's true. That's true. I chose this one. Isolde. What a beautiful name for a betta fish. And let us know if it's not a betta fish. It looks like one from afar. But
I think of Azula, and Azula and Isolde sound like two things that you would not be able to pen up with anything else. Otherwise, they would destroy each other. Azula,
I think it's Isolde. Pronounce the pronunciation. Isolde.
Isolde.
I looked it up and it said Isolde.
Isolde.
Yeah.
Isolde.
Country of origin, please. That's what
I'm gonna need some etymological assistance here. Some linguistic assistance. Anyway, go.
But while we're listening to
are we gonna hear this? Are we gonna hear this betta fish?
No. It was a metaphorical hello, I believe.
It was a hello in spirit. It was a measure up in spirit.
Yeah. But in truth, we're gonna hear from Scottson. We're gonna hear from Scottson, Scott T's 8-year-old chittering son. Who, in the spirit of helpful listeners, sent 2 measure ups.
Nice.
And we heard the first one, and now, without further ado, the listeners' favorite. Well, it's a particular, and no particular part of the show.
Measure up, buttercup.
Scottson, I think that's not the first time someone said measure up, buttercup.
I feel like we don't say it enough.
That's very interesting that everyone is this simultaneous invention. Measure up, buttercup.
It works really well. Like, because
it does work.
Like my parents always used to say buckle up, buttercup. When I say my parents, I mean my mom. My dad would never say something like that. So yeah, it works.
When it works, it works.
Thank you, Scottson. I love the fact
Thank you,
I
Scott T
totally
and
forgot
Scottson.
that we decided on Scottson.
I am happy to, if you want to keep your children anonymous
Yes.
and internet free, I am happy to give them names.
1000%
Podcast specific names.
support internet anonymity for children.
Yes, yes. We will bequeath them LDT name. Let's talk about their length. The leopard seal's overall length of an adult seal is 2.4 to 3.5 meters, or 7.9 to 11.5 feet. Krill are huge parts of the aquatic mammalian diet, and you mentioned already that they eat krill, and krill have a tendency to stick together in swarms, sometimes reaching densities of 10,000 to 30,000 animals per cubic meter. True or false? A leopard seal would have to eat 500 krill to eat its length in krill.
Oh man, I have no idea how big a krill is. You know, if krill just figured out that if they split up and didn't turn into these big masses, they would probably be a whole lot safer. Like nothing would bother to eat them if they just spread out a little bit.
Probably fish, though, would eat them.
Like little
smaller fish.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't run the risk of having 10,000 of you eaten in one gulp.
The economics must work out.
The marine the marine chain of the food chain. There we go. The marine food chain makes it work. They are fodder offered up. 500 krill to reach the length of a sea leopard.
11 feet.
Do I want to do the math on that? I mean, the answer to the question, do I want to do the math, is always no.
We got a true or false situation here, which means...
Yeah, I know. It is true or false.
Supposed to
so
go with your gut.
I do have a coin flip. I just have no idea how big a krill is. I just imagine a full size like jumbo shrimp, and I can't get it out of my head. I'm gonna say false. False.
Final answer.
False because my heart tells me that it's false.
Okay. Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Well, the heart is deceitful above all things. So the answer is true.
I should never go with my heart. My heart, the heart is... What is the verse?
The heart is deceitful above all things.
No, there's another one where it's
desperately wicked and corrupt.
Something like that.
Or something. I think it's the same verse. It's just the second part of it.
Second verse,
Antarctic krill have a body height or a body length of 5 to 7 millimeters. So yeah, it's about 11 feet if you get 500 of them together. Let's talk about their weight. The weight of a seal. The weight is a range of 200 to 600 kilograms, 440 to 132 pounds. You know, whenever you find out that the kilograms is a nice round number, and I'm sitting over here living in pound land, imperial land, you come to think like maybe these European scientists are just guessing. They're really rounding out, and I'm thinking they really put in the work to weigh a seal, and it's 1,320 pounds, but they're just like, it's about 600 kilograms.
It's like, dude, you don't want to put like a point something there, like a decimal.
Yeah,
Kilograms are huge.
because it didn't go the other way. They didn't find out like it's 1,320 pounds. Oh, look at that. 600 kilograms. Exactly. What are the odds? Once you make the conversion.
Metric is
But,
just lazy. We're out here
anyway.
doing the real field work with our
Yeah.
with our pounds.
Yeah. Let's talk. Their weight. A Mark 48 heavyweight torpedo is a large torpedo launched from submarines and carry a larger warhead than lightweight variety torpedoes. The advanced capability variant of the Mark 48 was developed in 1985. True or false? One Leopard seal goes into the weight of a Mark 40 ADCAP. ADCAP meaning advanced capability.
Of course, the military always has to shorten things to make them, I guess, easier to say, but also sound coolish. But we need an ad cap for this. I wish YouTube had an ad cap.
Can I ask a question about the Mark 48 to the ether? If you improve the Mark 48 so that it has advanced capabilities, why is it not the Mark 49? Is it like the iPhone 6S?
Oh, like yeah.
It's just we're not ready to make the jump to the next number. We just gotta, slap some letters on the end.
The PS5 Pro.
Right.
Yeah, we're like, you've made some improvements, but it's not like a generation jump. No, that makes sense. Like, you're not back to the drawing board. You're just improving the existing model.
Fair enough.
True. I have no idea how much a torpedo weighs. Yes.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct answer is false. It would have been true were I to go with a lightweight variety torpedo that's around 1,000 pounds. But the Mark 48 ADCAP is approximately 3,695 pounds or 1,676 kilograms. They really weighed it. Both the metric and the imperial are not round numbers. They really weighed it.
You see, this is why I could never gamble.
You would need 3 leopard seals.
Because I just flipped a coin twice and got it and called it wrong twice.
Exactly.
So yeah, like I just my gut is so wrong. And I eat yogurt. I get my probiotics. My gut should be on point for this, but
you need more sourdough.
I need more kombucha.
Yeah.
I need some sauerkraut, some kimchi. But no, yeah, my gut leads me astray. My heart leads me astray to the exact opposite thing.
That's all I got for that. Do you have any fast facts before we get into the major fact?
I do. So leopard seal is found all around Antarctica. Not the Arctic, Antarctica. So down at the bottom. In the surrounding Southern Ocean. Although they will sometimes wander as far north as Australia, New Zealand, South America, and South Africa. It likes pack ice and icy coastal waters where seals, penguins, and fish are all conveniently on the menu. It will eat just about anything anything as a carnivore, so it doesn't eat plants. It's not omnivorous, but it is a generalist within its carnivora class, or not class, but order. So it eats krill, squid, fish, penguins, seabirds, seal pups, and occasionally other seals, like full-grown seals. I remember just watching the documentary for the Adelie penguin lives in Antarctica. Their main problem is the cold, and then their second main problem is leopard seals. So, but it is crazy that it can eat. It's got a body that is designed to take down large seals, and also it can filter feed krill. It is famous for violently shaking penguins across the water's surface to remove feathers before swallowing them. So it shows a little bit of an intelligent food preparation behavior there. And they are, unlike canids, this is caniform. It's not a canid. Unlike dog-like animals, it is not a pack animal. They are mostly solitary. They only gather during breeding season. They're the half-ton introverts of the bottom of the world. They have a kind of a series of trills and moans and whistles and pulsing notes as the sounds that they make, kind of like a sort of a whale sound, small whale sounds. They are top predators, but not quite apex predators, because there is one thing in the Antarctic that kills absolutely everything, and that is the orca, the killer whale. Nothing is above it on the food chain besides humans. So, but
actually, yes, with the orca.
Well, the young can be eaten by.
No, the
sperm whale.
Sperm whale. Yeah.
Do sperm whales eat full-grown orcas?
Well, it's not common, but like they steer clear of sperm whale. So if you're an orca, you're not fearless. They probably could.
You're not fearless.
Probably not on the menu, but they could probably kill you pretty easy.
You would not place a sperm whale above the orca.
But in terms of like the scariest thing in the ocean, in terms of predator, probably a sperm whale. Especially since they could kill you with sound if you're close to them.
Yeah, I guess it could just explode your. They could just Wanda, whatever her last name is.
Vision.
Her I almost said Wanda Sykes. She's not that movie.
Maximoff.
There we go. Wanda Maximoff. Your head. That's true. I would say orcas are smarter and more aggressive, but not towards humans. So that's good. But if I was anything other than a human, if I was a seal, I would be more concerned about orcas than sperm whales.
Because it is the Arctic we're talking about.
Yeah. But also leopard seal pups can be eaten by other leopard seals. So they eat each other. Not surprising. They can live for up to 30 years in the wild. But when it comes to humans, they are not necessarily aggressive toward humans right off the bat. They will approach with curiosity. And they will sometimes even bring live penguins to them. Kind of like a cat.
Yeah.
So they do so much cat stuff.
They do cat stuff, yeah.
They're loners. They are spotted like leopards, and they're concerned about your ability to hunt and bring you prey. It's like, here, I noticed you don't have any food. Do you want me to show you how to do it? But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Do you have any overgrown facts? Large facts.
Big fact. I'm calling this big fact sing low.
Sing lull.
Sing low. Leopard seals sing sweet siren songs to their mates. They might be scary to a penguin and everything else between that underneath orcas, but they're singing sweet songs to each other during the austral summer breeding season, aka the Australian lower hemisphere summer. Male leopard seals produce loud, elaborate underwater vocalizations for hours each day. And researchers in 2002 is technically
22.
correct, but Sounds crazy. 2002, investigated whether adult male leopard seals have individually recognizable songs during the breeding seasons by analyzing underwater recordings from Prydes Bay, East Antarctica. Prydz is that word. Prids?
That's my guess.
Prids Bay? That's probably a better word. Better guess than what I did. They recorded vocalizations of multiple male leopard seals, and they examined the acoustic properties of individual calls, such as pitch and duration, and the sequence in which different calls were arranged into longer vocalizing bouts. And here's what they found. Each male produced a distinctive pattern of calls. The order was different. The order in which different vocalizations were arranged was unique enough that researchers could identify the individual seals 80% of the time based solely on its vocal sequence. In other words, they would come up with songs so distinct that the human researchers knew which seal was singing based on the sound of the song. Not just the sound, but the vocal sequence. So you're hearing words like vocal sequence and then pitch and duration. You could probably tell the difference between two cows because one is really deep and one is a little higher, or one is, you could hear the sound of someone's voice and it's different. Mm-hmm. But we're not talking about the sound of the voice. We're talking about the composition of the song, the vocal sequence.
So the two most, like when a car alarm goes off and it goes through that sequence of different sounds.
Yeah. So you're not just listening to the pitch. You can hear it's a different song. Mm-hmm. The two most common call types were the high double trill and the low double trill, which were remarkably consistent when produced by the same individual, not just random or accidental sounds. They're not just making up distinct songs; they're also reproducing them. This is their song. Although the high double the high double trill varied somewhat among different seals. The low double trill was so similar between individuals that it usually could not be used to identify a particular seal itself. So you've got seals singing individual songs, but then there's also songs that they all know that they're all singing.
It's the Piano Man of
it's Freebird.
It's the Sweet Caroline. Everybody they all know it and they all steal it from each other.
As a result, the sequence of calls was much stronger. Was a stronger individual signature than the sound of any single call. So, also calling behaviors change with age. Young males produce a wide variety of calls, while mature males rely on a smaller set of high stereotyped calls. In other words, they learn the songs over time. When they're young, they don't know it, and they have to learn it over time. It's not like an instinct. They learn the songs. So these unique songs are part of why they are very difficult to keep and breed in captivity. You're not going to be able to see probably a leopard seal in the wild unless they are rescued, usually as a pup. So if they're rescued young and they can't be re-released, you might see them at a zoo. Otherwise, they can't be bred in captivity. And part of the reason is that they need to learn the song in order to breed. They actually did capture a female and later a male. They were both injured and they had to be kept in captivity. And they realized the male they could not breed them until the male learned the song, which he had not been learning because there were no other males. So they played
It's just lazy.
like recordings. They played recordings and even played the saxophone for him. They had a man come and play the saxophone.
Kenny
I don't know
G
if that was
himself.
to teach him. That was not to teach. I don't know if it was to teach him the song or just to get him in the song mood. Get him in the musical mood. But it in the end of the story, unfortunately, the female ended up dying before he could learn the song. And then he got sick and died. So it's a huge challenge breeding these in captivity. And it's not something they're really trying to do that hard, because it's one thing to like capture injured animals and, you know, give them a life and then breed them to become ambassadors and study. It's another thing to like go out and capture healthy animals in order to do this. So it's not like a top priority until they like find more hurt animals. So what makes this so interesting? Most animals that advertise their identity through sound do so by producing calls with unique acoustic characteristics. In other words, different voices. But leopard seals appear to rely more on how they arrange their calls on subtle differences in the calls themselves, composition. So why do they have distinct calls? Leopard seals are solitary animals, and they often are separated by huge distances. Underwater sound degrades as it travels, so making fine acoustic details really hard to detect. But a recognizable pattern is more likely to resist the degradation of underwater distance. So, it's more important to have a good song than it is to have a good acoustic structure. When your
song has good bones.
Singing to, right? Yeah.
When you're singing over long distances.
So will there be updated research? So yeah, we don't have very many in captivity, and in the wild, there's a little bit of an issue because they can be aggressive. So research requires close encounters with leopard seals stalled because of what happened the very next year after that 2002 study. In 2003, British Antarctic Survey biologist Christy Brown became the first recorded person to be killed by a leopard seal while snorkeling near Rothera Research Station in Antarctica. A leopard seal dragged her underwater for about 6 minutes, reaching depths of up to 70 meters or 230 feet. And she drowned, despite she did get rescued by her colleagues, but she was not able to be resuscitated, and she suffered numerous bites and scratches. She was a 5 foot, 120 pound woman, and this was a larger than average seal, so like over 1,000 pounds. So this is like, it's like being mauled by a bear underwater. It's not good.
Yeah, this is like a bear.
Right. But as experts suggest that the seal may have mistaken the researcher for another seal, like a fur seal, and attacked either defensively or as prey after being startled. Because a person in a wetsuit, a black wetsuit, is, kind of hard to distinguish in the underwater from, a seal.
Yeah, can we not do black wetsuits anymore? I feel like that's a bad call.
They've also
should we just do
found that
orange? It'd be easier to see.
Yeah,
like, maybe you'd attract more
also
curiosity, unwanted curiosity from animals if you did that.
Leopard seals are really aggressive with rigid, inflatable black boats. for
Like a
some
Navy
reason.
SEAL boat.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a Navy SEAL,
The-
huh? I'm
and
the
they
only
have to
SEAL in
put
this
like
water.
they have to put protective like stuff around those because they'll just come and puncture the inflatable because they're aggressive with it.
It's
But
real.
there was an encounter, you mentioned it, in 2012 that shows the leopard seals in a more positive light. National Geographic photographer Paul Nicklin got in the water with a large female who showed initial aggression but became curious when he didn't try to get away. So it's kind of interesting. Like it kind of shows that they're not necessarily trying to prey on people. If there's an initial reaction, but then if they're able to notice like something's different about this thing, it's not trying to get away, then their curiosity is sparked rather than aggression. And so she is the one that ended up bringing this photographer a ton of living, injured, and dead penguins. And he says that she seemed sad when he wouldn't take and eat them. So she's like, I'm getting frustrated. I gotta go get this guy more penguins. He can't figure this out.
This is the worst seal. He's the worst seal. He's bad at this. Let me help. I'm here to help.
Besides house cats, guess what the only other thing to do this in nature is? That to bring human beings food.
A bear?
On purpose. No. Orcas.
Oh, really? I didn't know orcas.
Orcas have been recorded bringing human beings food to, I guess, help them out or nurture them. Are we cute to animals? Like, there's some nurturing instinct.
Are we cute to cats? Probably not.
I don't know. There's some, or they think we are their responsibility.
Cats don't take responsibility for anything.
Except for their own young and sometimes their own people.
Yeah. Wow. I think we should all wear bright orange, red, or purple wetsuits. Because, man, the danger of like an animal thinking you're a seal just seems really high.
Why don't we have a little
wearing
counter
black.
shading?
Yeah, we could try some counter shading. Also, snorkeling. I don't. You couldn't pay me. Obviously, she was a researcher. She's being paid, but you could not pay me to snorkel in Antarctic waters. Like I want a tank on my back, please.
Did I say snorkeling?
You did say snorkeling. I think you said snorkeling.
She might have just been. Well, she wasn't there studying. I forget what they were doing, but she wasn't there. They didn't know the leopard seal was even there. Even at the time, there was like kind of a policy not to swim with leopard seals. There are accounts of leopard seals kind of being aggressive with people.
You don't get to choose whether or not
back to like the 1800s.
You are swimming, and you don't get to choose whether or not you're swimming with a leopard seal.
Well, you can choose to see a leopard seal and get in the water.
Yeah, if you could choose to get in the water if you've already seen one, but if you are already in the water, and a leopard seal comes up, you're now swimming with a leopard seal, and it's going to be a little while before you're not swimming anymore.
Yeah.
So, great white sharks also swim in Antarctic waters.
And I think she was wearing a dry suit. So as soon as he starts biting her, and Antarctic waters is getting in. It was not good. It was not good.
It's a rough situation for sure.
But yeah. But again, it was it's like polar bears. If you go to a place that is just horrendously inhospitable, and you appear as a food source. It's not. The instinct to, I'm gonna try to eat that is probably pretty high.
Yeah. It is interesting though that these are solitary animals, and yet their procreation entirely depends on them learning songs from each other.
Right, exactly.
It's
a both and. It's like
just hang out more.
Yeah. You would think that a gregarious animal would develop songs for one another, but it is the opposite. It's because they're not gregarious, they need to develop songs.
And it also sounds like one of those like Disney things or like a Avatar thing where it's like this is the song of the people, but you must learn your own song, my son. And
though you may never learn all the steps,
and your destined bride will hear your song. It's unique to you, you snowflake.
Yeah.
It's the Antarctic. There's lots of snowflakes. Yeah. Cool.
That's all I got for that.
Thank you.
It was nobody's fault. It was nobody's fault. The leopard seal situation with Kirsty Brown. Such is the price for intrepid human discovery. Sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean it is really easy to not get eaten by a leopard seal because most people don't. You just have to not get in the water where they are
at all.
Yeah,
but if you know the risks and you're willing to take them, then you're a hero for humanity, in my opinion.
It really
like all
is
those guys
like
that try to find the Northwest Passage.
It really is like an underwater bear. Its size and doggishness and its generalism.
Mm-hmm.
And occasional aggression.
Mm-hmm.
And
although I don't think a bear is ever curious. Well, maybe yes.
Bears are intelligent. They could be very curious.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's true. But I can't imagine them bringing you stuff.
You could probably train one too.
True. You can train them to play hockey, apparently.
Yours just so unbelievably out of your element when you're in the water, and this thing is in its element. Like, I'm not sure what I would rather face down: an angry sea leopard in the water, or an angry bear on land.
Angry bear on land.
I think I'd also choose that just because I'm also on my home turf, which is solid ground.
You're hopelessly outmatched, but at least you're standing on 2 feet.
Yeah.
But also there's the whole, like, you might survive. People survive bear maulings and have bad injuries, but they survive. But if you have bad injuries in the water, there's a whole other, and in the Arctic water, you've got the cold, you've got the water, you've got the animal. Like, there's 3 threats there.
Yes, the only place more inhospitable is outer space. So
right,
or I guess the molten core of the Earth. All right,
right.
We are way over time on this one, but this was a good episode. I think this was it. I did not know that about leopard seals. For you out there in Podcastia, keep an eye out for orcas. I mean, just do it. Fill up on delicious penguin meat, and sing your sweetheart a creepy love dirge, like the leopard seal here in life, death, and taxonomy.
Hey Taxonomy Titans, I just want to remind you that we have a Patreon that you can find by going to ldtaxonomy.com. lifestuffandtacks.com/donate. All of our episodes are uploaded there. Sign up for free to engage with us, leave episode suggestions, or chat with other animal enthusiasts. If you find it in your heart to donate, it will help us cover some costs and continue to make the show. Plus, we'll thank you every week. Most importantly, thank you all for listening.
Life, Death, and Taxonomy is my favorite in the world podcast.
It's not a dirge. It's Barry White.